Hi guys, so I hope you all have a wonderful Easter that already passed, and my hair's messed up because it's just in the morning this side actually. Um, so I got positive feedback on my Sony Bloggy Sport, and I really appreciate that guys. So now here's the review today. Now the Sony Sport camera, since some guy asked me a good question, how long does the battery last? It's not like it's like an iPod. The battery last depends on what you're doing with it. If you have the LED light on, if you are shooting in the high 1080p, it's 30 frames a second, or you're shooting at the lowest quality. Um, so yeah, it all depends on there. So let's go over it. So in 1080p at 30 frames a second, you're gonna get about 42 to 45 minutes of video shooting time, and also the memory only supports that much. So basically, you won't run out of batteries before you fill up your 4 GB memories that's built in to Sony's Bloggy Sport. Now for 720p at 60 frames a second is awesome for slow motion, and it took me a while to test this out because I want to make sure everything works perfectly. Now at 720p 60 frames a second, you're going to get about 120 minutes of footage, and battery life is going to be about usually 10 minutes more than after you fill up your memory card. That's the rule of thumb I go by. And at 720p at 30 frames a second, you're going to get about 2 hours. And there's lower ones, but I don't recommend you shooting in those because, quite frankly, they're not as great as in HD. And if you want to make YouTube videos, most people would appreciate if you have it in HD, even though they watch it or not. It's just the option. So I suggest that. Now, it has a very beautiful look to it, almost like a cell phone. When I brought it to my high school in foods class in PE, they go, "Oh my God, Adi, you got a new phone?" I went, "No, it's a Sony Bloggy Sport." I went, "What?" I said, "It's a camcorder." And I went, "Oh, okay." So, very good. It comes in red, blue, and black. Sorry for the glare of the sun. I can't help that. It's a beautiful spring day, so we should be happy. So, it has a nice shiny red, and if you look at this, is when you rub the back here, it feels like a CD where it's a circle. I'm not even joking, and it has a nice print of Sony brand. Now it's made of some type of rubber and plastic on the sides and the cover, and it's very nice and is a good grip and has a nice weight to it. Now if you know the Kodak ZX5, I believe, or 3, when it got wet, the mic right there the mic right there will have water in it, and after you bring it out, you will hear like that, like you won't be able to hear. No, the Sony Sport, it doesn't do that. If you pull it right out of the water, you can still shoot and continue, and they'll hear your voice perfectly fine. So that's one extra bonus for this underwater camera. Now, it's an underwater video camera, so it can go up to 5 meters underwater, and it can be dropped around 5 feet, shockproof, and it's also dustproof. Now, you get 3 buttons you can work with. You got your shoot video button, your take a picture, and your on and off button, um, and your tripod's right there. So if you have a tripod, you want to stand it, but you need the tripod so you can adjust it. It's that size. The screen is 2.7 inches. So yeah, it's a very nice one, and the USB arm is tucked away in here where it's safe, where you pull this one, push it forward, and you're going to see that yellow part, and then it's going to open, and then you're just going to pull this little notch back, and it flips. Then you connect your connector cord. Did I bring it? Yes, I did. Then you, this one supplies it for you, so you just plug it through there, and plug it into your computer to use it. I'll have a link in the description below where you can download some free what you can call a video editor from Sony, so it's easier for you guys to find. So I'll throw the link down there. So it's very nice. Connects very easy to Macs and PCs. Have the Bloggy stamp icon right there. Very beautiful. And I guess next we're going to talk about overall, is it worth the price? Now with the Sony Sport camera, it's very good, and the price is not a steal, but I say it's a fair price for about 200 bucks in Canada, and the US is, I believe, $178, maybe $79.99, roughly around that price. I believe it's a good deal. I got it from Sony.ca, so their shipping was great. It came fast, no problem. So for the price, I think it's a fair price. I think maybe it's still on the pricey side for a lot of people, but if you could afford it, I highly suggest this um, for it doesn't work as a webcam, but it's a very great point and shoot camera. Pull it out whenever you need it, and just videotape everything. Now, just a quick tip: don't videotape like this, or you're gonna get the black bars. on YouTube, like I mentioned before. You have to hold it like this, the videotape. Now, overall, I would give this, for build quality, a 5. It is beautiful. Everything price, I'll give it a 4 because I think Sony could have done a little bit better, but that's my opinion because I know a lot of people can't afford a lot of stuff, so yeah, could be a tad bit cheaper, but right now it's okay, so maybe you wait for a sale, it's great. The overall easy to use feature is a 5 out of 5. It's very easy to use. You just go in the menu option. So what you're going to do is, there's the on button, click it, and this is how fast it is to turn it on. That's how long it'll take you. And yeah, and it's very good. And I'll show you the light again. There we go. The light's on, and it's very bright, so you can film in the dark or underwater if you need some extra light. And there's underwater mode too. Now this one, I believe, is shooting at 720p, 60 frames a second, but obviously you're not going to get the full effect from the camera view. I'll have a link in the description below to check out the underwater test that I did, where you go in the fish tank and take a look at the fish, and they're also beautiful fish. I will have a fish series too, where just filming my fish, because some people are into that stuff. And I'll have a link on outside on how it works and how stable is it, because it's supposed to kind of help you not shake it as much. You can correct it afterwards, like a stabilizer, I guess. So yeah, you can go to that video. I'll have a link. Overall, I give it a 4.5 out of 5. The only thing that's holding me back is to give it a 5 is the price, which is not a huge factor, and that it is not the greatest camera, because I did have one technical difficulty. Now that's one for me, but I just have it less than a month now, so I don't know what other issues you guys might have, but I only had one where it kind of froze. It kept saying error. So what you're gonna do is, if it freezes or any type of error, you're gonna hold the off button for 7 to 10 seconds, and it'll turn off, and just let it boot back up to normal, and that should fix it. If you guys have any more questions, please click the link down below, and please check out my Easter video. I'll have a link to it in the description. It'll be the first link there. I'm trying to get 100 likes on it. If there's 100 likes, I will donate $60 to a charity of your choice. It's just me trying to promote myself too, and I will be donating money to a charity that I'll give you guys the option to pick for. But regardless, if I don't get 100 I'll still donate $40, but 60 if you guys get it to 100. And the deadline is before next Easter, so it's pretty easy, guys. So check out my other vids. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, you're awesome.